Hello and howdy.
Hello, how is everyone?
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to JavaScript Girl in a .NET World. Today with me, as you can see, I have the lovely LaylaCodesIt. Always getting the wrong sign. And we are talking about MVC. Is it the way to be today? So
My favorite.
so
I have to
excited.
just grab some socks. This floor is really cold.
Do it. So yes,
I can still hear you.
It's actually in a cottage, and she's soaking up those winter wonderland pre-holiday vibes. I'm just so excited that she was able to join us. Hi, Ancient Coder. Hello, everybody. Good to see your faces.
Hi,
Welcome. I'm really, the reason people might be like, MVC, and I mean, they know that me and you get crazy anyways. TMK, oh no, the rain is broken. Oh, is it? The puppy rain?
Oh no.
Oh.
I need to turn it off because we're not on that. I'm not broadcasting. I haven't got my bot. I'm in a woods on a MacBook, okay? I'm like, oh, should we just broadcast to my channel? Hey, why not?
You say that like it's so primitive. Like I'm on a MacBook, like in the woods, like oh.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like having to log into Twitch here.
Hey, Napalm.
To do stuff. Hi, Napalm. How are you?
Sorry about that. I totally put Layla on the spot last minute. I was like, hey, should we just add your channel to the stream? So sorry if Puppy Rain is broken. You can either head over to Code It Live, where I don't think there's Puppy Rain. I'm pretty positive there's not. Or you can wait and she will sign into Twitch and hopefully stop the puppies from raining. Is the goal. Welcome. Happy holidays, everyone. It's like the week before, well, the week of, really. Fighting Python at the moment, something I got sucked into. So I remember Python being more fun than PHP, but I know it's kind of like the opposite way of thinking, but it's not, I don't think it's as crazy as something like F#.
I will be learning PHP soonish, but this is going to go badly. Hang on.
Yeah, Napalm was saying that he's learning Python right now. Don't you have Python experience?
I did learn a bit of Python.
Not so.
Me? I learned a little bit for my degree, but that I started and then I quit, but I'm starting a new degree. Okay, everything is off. Hurrah. Okay.
Yay!
Am I here? Can you see me?
You are here. We can see you. Oh. And Ancient Coder wants to know if we're looking forward to time off. I feel like your time off has already started, maybe? I don't know. You're on stream, so.
There, okay, I was so confused then. I was looking at us. It was actually my stream. And I was like, what is going on? I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Am I off? Yeah, I am off till I've got some meetings on Thursday afternoon and that's it. But here we go.
Yeah, I don't know. Looking forward to it's the right word. Have you ever had life where it's crazier than work? So like your work day is calmer than, everything else. So it's like I have to, grab the bootstraps and be a big girl and take care of life. Like whenever I'm not working, but whenever I'm working, it's an excuse. I just have to focus. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Napalm said I need a break. My pup got sick the week we're supposed to go on vacation. Oh, it's awful. It's been a long year without a break. An Ancient Coder said I'm traveling abroad for the first time since COVID started. Oh, how is it? Is it good? I haven't done abroad yet. I've started like traveling in the States though. Layla, have you gone anywhere?
I guess I've been to Wales. Does that count as going abroad? I don't know.
That's an exotic destination in my mind. So
yeah.
Is Wales like
not been abroad?
Because you said you're in the forest. Is it countryside mainly?
So I'm in North Wales and there are mountains in North Wales, one of which I hiked up today, which is why I'm not really with it, because I'm like, oh, I'm so tired going up this mountain.
So you
I'm
said
not
that
as tired
the
as
hike
the
was
dogs.
You said the hike was so much longer than you expected. Could you not just end it early?
No. So it was a circle that we were doing, and if we went up and up and up this hill, and I was like, oh, we got to be going downhill, and then we went down and down the hill. Then we went up this. We're like, oh, we're going on this footpath. So we went up another path, and there's this guy waiting for us. He's like, hi. We're like, hello. He's like, oh, someone told me that I was that there was some walkers coming through, and I'm here to let you through. And I was like, how did you know we were coming? He says, oh, my mate just saw you down the road. And we're like, okay. So he unlocked the door and walked us through his land, because he's a kennels. He has to have it padlocked. And then he's like, chatting. We must have stood there for 20 minutes, freezing our asses off, chatting. And we're like, yeah, we want to get on with our walk now. And then we went down. He's like, we had to climb over broken fence. He says, like, yeah, I don't maintain the footpath on my land. And we're like, yeah, we could see that as we're climbing over a broken gate that's wobbling. And then we climb down this field, and then we're trying to get over another gate, but I'm stuck on barbed wire. I'm like, so it was quite stressful. You're speechless now, aren't you?
I'm just imagining this guy kind of almost like stalking you on your hike. Like, yeah, haven't been maintaining the path, and you're like, thank you. Like, why are you?
Yeah, and he's just standing there. We're taking some pictures of the view and some videos. And he's like, hi. We're like, yes, hello.
I need to disable Nightbot. Sorry, everybody. It's going on because we had a Thinkmas stream last week. I have no idea how Nightbot works, so please ignore until I can figure out how to disable. The video stream doesn't want to work on my computer. Oh, weird. Is that just Matt, or is that happening with everybody else? Oh, it says fine on his phone.
Is it me?
Is it me?
Is it me?
Is it me, Matt? So today I'm super pumped because I hear there's something easier than Blazor. And Blazor so far has been the easiest thing to get into in .NET so far. So I was like, wait, what? And Layla was talking about how we should do a workshop to try and get beginners, maybe young girls, into .NET. And we were just talking about the actual easiest thing, specifically on the UI side of life, to get into. And Layla firmly believes that that's MVC. And I've actually heard quite a few people who love MVC. So I'd love to hear a chat if you're anti-MVC or pro-MVC, because most people I've heard are let me share I made a little, oh my God, a gorgeous chart. I was talking with Sarah Fats yesterday, and if I share my screen, I made this little chart to and I wanted to verify, Layla, is this actually how it is?
Well, we'll have a look. If I'm buffering, it's because I'm running off my mobile signal, which is in a window through there. Trying to get signal down the valley.
So she was telling me that there's kind of two ways when you're moving on from MVC. If you decide to modernize isn't the right word, but if you decide to move on from MVC, that you can either go down the Blazor path, or, and I could have totally butchered the verbiage, but ASP.NET Core with minimal APIs. Is this true, or is this not? Does anybody know? Does anybody know?
Okay, all of these are different use cases. Okay.
Oh, okay. So it's not like this flow chart,
I mean, maybe, but in my mind, no. So MVC is it stands for Model View Controller. And so what that is a served web page. So all of your code is in this one application. I mean, it doesn't have to be, you can have other applications coming in, but what you have is an application that serves up pages. So whereas Blazor would be on the client, Blazor WASM would be on the client. You download Blazor to your client, and then it requests via API requests, HTTP requests, back to a server of some sort. So MVC is all wrapped up into one. And Razor Pages is kind of similar, that it serves up pages, but everything is in one page. So there's a lot of separation of concerns with MVC. So it's very clear what's happening, what's going on. I love it. It's what I learned. I'm a huge advocate of it when you're learning. And Razor Pages is everything in one page, a bit like Blazor, but it's served as well. Then you have Blazor Server, which is very much like MVC, but you have your Blazor rather than being served by HTTP.
Oh, that was the one that I accidentally made, and like I accidentally made a Blazor server app, and I kept trying to publish it. And when you publish it, it has no HTML, and I just wanted to like rage quit life. And that's when Ed finally was like, "You're in a server app," and I was like,
and you're like, yeah. So that is that talks back via Signal R, which is all WebSockets.
Signal, okay.
So if you put Signal R in there, that's it, and that's like a WebSocket wrapper, and it's amazing.
I see. So this part is what I'm excited to try today. I don't know how hard it's going to be, because I don't know if I fully understand. Like Model View Controller, I feel like most applications do that. Like even if you're not using so it's weird to have it named Model View Controller when that's a pattern that people outside of .NET use.
Yeah, so Microsoft's not very good at naming things. Just remember, the whole .NET, it's acknowledged. Hi, Bindle.
Hi,
Bindle. Hi, yeah, Phil Snable snuck in there as well. So MVC was the name of when you created a new web application, it was a MVC application. This was in Framework. So you could create a web API, which was quite new. It does include a lot of convention. So it is really easy to write. And because the whole application is built around this pattern, it's very intuitive. And I find it really straightforward. So I hope that you'll
Did you
find
see
that
this?
quite good as
Pour
well.
out one for Biz Talk if we're talking about naming things at Microsoft.
Oh, Matt.
What was Biz Talk? What is that? Oh God, what is that?
But I mean,
like a chat thing?
saw. Well, but let's Google it.
Let's go.
I have heard of Biz Talk. I can't remember what it is.
Biz
Helps
Talk.
businesses talk.
Wait, it's still a thing?
It's an IRRC.
Kind of looks.
Well, we don't want to know. Okay.
It kind of looks like it's still a thing. So I don't know. Like for massive things. Okay. Middleware.
Oh, okay.
Dangerously kills integrations. Okay.
I think we should move on. Let's move on.
So I'm thinking.
Matthew, go away.
I'm thinking when I think about MVC, am I actually writing HTML or no?
Yeah. It's going to look very much like Blazor.
Okay, so that was the big reason that I was excited to try MVC, because I thought it wouldn't be like Blazor. Not that I don't love Blazor, but I feel like Blazor is an extra hoop to jump through when teaching someone about HTML. And so I was like, if I can just use HTML, I feel like that would be a very, like with just MVC without having like an additional, like, is there like a templating layer? You know, how to dot Razor.
I think we should just go and have a look at it.
So you were warning me. Another thing that I was warned about is that MVC is potentially not compatible with .NET 6, but you're saying that's not true.
It is totally compatible. It's just the folks over at .NET decided to remove all of the templates. I'm really happy about all the templates being gone.
What does that mean? Like when you say a template, it's like the thing that's like allows you to generate quickly.
So if you go and open up a console and share your screen.
All right, let me share my whole screen.
Yeah, Napalm, they removed all of the templates apart from minimal API.
Okay, so I am opening. Oh, you said a console. I'm not doing this.
Just item. Where are you? Just run terminal.
Command. I think it's called command prompt. Yeah, that one.
Oh, you haven't got Windows terminal. Yeah. Okay. So do .NET space new.
Like that?
Yeah, and press
make
enter.
it bigger. How do I make it bigger?
I'd love it bigger.
Bigger.
Well, this...
control scroll. Oh yeah, control scroll.
There we go. All right, now just press enter.
I'm gonna press enter.
Napalm, I did a whole tweet thing about this. Okay. All right. So do you see all of those? They are all templates.
Okay, let's go back up. So, and I'm actually gonna make it a little bit smaller just so I can see more on the screen.
Oh.
But so these are all things that I can generate. Where is MVC?
Okay, do .NET -- version. Oh, sorry, list SDKs. Yeah, no, do version first. Yeah, do that. 5. So that's it. You're on .NET 5.
How do I say list SDKs? Yeah. Is it like that?
It's no. --list SDKs.
Got it.
Hyphen. That's it. So you've only got .NET 5 installed on the terminal.
Is this super bad and it's going to take forever to get 6?
No. You could start. What I want you to do is create a MVC application here, okay, and we'll upgrade it to .NET 6 in a minute, okay?
Oh, so it's fine to upgrade, because like in JavaScript world, much better to like update first and then create. So you're saying it's going to be
it's going to be fine. Yeah, we'll do an update. So .NET new MVC. Wait, not there. We have to put it in a repo.
Oh, right. Hurrah! Oh, it's not LS on here. What is it called
again?
It's
dir.
Directory.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go into... I've got a repos folder. So CD repo, CD repos, and then we're going to say .NET new, and then just like that, or is there some other special?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, no, you want to make a folder. So, okay, do you space hyphen and space MVC demo.
Is it super bad that I just did that inside of
you? You did it, didn't you?
I did.
It's fine. We'll go and sort it. Okay, open up your... We have to go and fix that now.
My bad. I love you all.
Okay.
All right, so we have, let's see. I'm wondering what it generated.
This is
so I'm
really
inside of
small
repos.
For me. Okay.
How do I make it bigger?
This is kind of going to be a bad, but we'll be fine. Okay, so I want you to open up Control N for a new window, and we can put them side by side. Okay, it'll be fine. It's absolutely fine.
Okay, this one over here.
Okay, so now you're going to make a new folder called MVC demo.
I think actually there's like an easy way to do this, and I'm just being okay. New.
Oh, it still says I'm joined by Whitney. That's because my stream elements. Oh, that's okay. Doesn't matter. I'm not joined by Whitney. I'm on the Code It live stream, as is. Okay, yes, Thindle has got it all there. So everything I'm trying to see, because it's really tiny. Everything that Thindle just listed, drag into your new folder.
Cool. Let me draw this over here so
it's going to be called repos as well. Oh my God,
Thindle. So we've got controllers, models, object, properties, views, root folder, all files. Okay, so this will be
all right. You see all that stuff near the end, your JSON and everything there. Grab all of that and stick it in there.
I'm trying to find my MVC folder so that I can, there it is. Go into it, and then the stuff at the end, these three, like these bits.
Yeah, and the next two, the two JSONs. And then that www root
file.
And the views.
And object. And
properties.
Views. And the properties.
Models.
Models.
Controllers.
So
And
we got
I
model view
think that
controllers,
looks like,
properties, objects.
that looks it. Yeah.
Is what it created. Thanks, Tyndall.
Okay.
Mwah. Okay. And also ignore Nightbot because I can't. I don't. I just. That's all.
And
Okay.
ignore my bot as well. I don't know what's going on. Apart from Hula. Don't ever ignore Hula.
We're gonna need you to ignore all the bots. That's
Just ignore it. Just ignore
okay.
it. This is very ad hoc.
This is the gorgeousness we just generated. Do I want to open it up in Visual Studio or not yet?
Yeah. So you could double click the CS Proj file.
Oh, this?
Interesting. Yeah, just double click that. Tyndall, if you identify as a bot, that's okay. We won't shame you.
Even if you identify, we're going to need to ignore you. All bots. So sorry. I don't know what you want, so I'm just going to say yes.
Okay, so we can't upgrade this at the moment because you don't have like 2022 on here or .NET 6, but it doesn't matter. We can upgrade it without any problem, okay?
Is it open? Why is it angry at me? Why?
I can't read what that says. It says it's ready to use. It's fine. I'm going to sneeze. Am I going to sneeze? Okay. All right, so what we have is a project called repos because that's what you created it in. They're not, I don't think they're trying to deprecate MVC Napalm. They just want you to go down the route of minimal APIs and build things in. They're basically backtracking everything they've done recently. So, okay, so there's a little bit of a tour we're going to do, Alyssa. Actually, let's just run it and see if it runs.
Can I run .NET Publish on this thing, just like I run it on the other things?
If you give it, yeah, you can publish it. It'll create a
I just didn't know
folder.
Because like when I was working that Blazor app, that's how you like get it so that you can deploy it. So I didn't know if that's the same across everything. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it's running, which is really good. So minimal APIs, you can add controllers with views and you can start to build them up like that. And you can add a startup. Yes, he says friends don't let friends right click. Matty will tell me that. I told Matty I was going to right click publish on his, when he was on my stream, when I was on his stream, I said to Matty, I right click publish, that's me. That's how I roll.
What's wrong with that? What's the problem here?
So it's just because you don't have like a build pipeline. So if you were going into production, you have to manually go and publish it. So it's better to have a pipeline where you're running checks and then you integrate with code and you have, it's a whole sort of ethos. So
do you talk about pipeline as that mean like when I'm on Netlify and I have to give it the build command and the other command to insert the keys and stuff like that?
So what it is, the pipeline would be Netlify listening to your GitHub repo and then going off and doing that. I had to turn off that Stream Elements bot. So that's the sort of pipeline. So it's CI, continuous integration, which means that you, as soon as you push to the main branch, it will then do CD, which is continuous deployment. So as soon as you push to your main branch, it's going to deploy it live. And that's kind of how it works. And that is the pipeline. And the build pipeline is the steps it does to get to that point, as far as I'm aware. I'm trying to turn off my bot, if I can get to my bot. Looks like I can. I may not be able to log in though. No. Okay. Right. You have to ignore. We said we're going to ignore bots, didn't we? So that's fine. Ignore the bots. Okay. So what I'm going to have a look at then is we've got it running. So it looks like just any other application, right?
It's not working.
What do you mean it's not working?
I changed the text.
Oh, it won't do hot reload because you're on .NET 5.
Okay, cool. So do you want to do tour or do you want me to update? I found the index. Can you explain why there's all these CS bits here?
Yes, that's why we'll do a tour. So if you stop it, let's go through and have a look. So the first thing I want you to do is go and have a look at the startup folder.
Mm-hmm.
And then in here.
This?
Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to look at is, do you see it says add controllers with views? Oh, fantastic. I have now got my chat up in front of me on another laptop. Yeah. So this is great. Okay. And then so that means it's going to add controllers with views, and we'll go and look at the controllers in a minute. But this is what you could add to a minimal API. And if we scroll down, and then you see we have use routing, use authorization. This is all like the good stuff that we get. That's all middleware that handles that for you. And then we've got use endpoints. And this is, so remember, who was it saying? Thindle or Napalm was saying it's very convention based. So you can specify the pattern here that your application will try and route through. It's quite a complex thing, so I'm not going to go too into it, but basically it's going to look at this pattern, which is the default, and you can stack loads of patterns and it will do them in priority. So when you make a request to the application, it's going to go through these patterns and see what matches in a way to route it. So it'll come clear when we come and have a look at some more stuff, okay?
I guess because in my mind, you've got an application, you've got your templating, which is like the CSHTML, you've got, logic that could be in like, maybe the model, I don't know, and or maybe the controller is like your service or something. But then this startup bit with the patterns, that sounds so much more complex, because I guess I don't really understand, especially if we're just building like, a simple web app, like what would go here? Like,
you don't actually have to worry about anything in here. You don't have to put anything in here. I just thought I'd show you, what you would have to add to your minimal API in .NET 6 to go and have a look at it. So you can see we've got 3 folders called controllers, models, and views. Mm-hmm. And so in the controller, you will nearly always have a home controller. And this is all very convention based on that pattern we saw in startup. The route to this, and you don't have to worry about all of the routing because it's handled by convention. Okay, so do you see that first one? Each controller should have like an index. So if we were to navigate to that, this is going to be like the URL home, okay, / index is the base controller. And then you would have another one that would be home / privacy. So everything other than index is named, and then it will take the name of that action. And you see we've got this I action result. That's like an HTTP thing. And so that will take, that will return whatever you kind of need it. It's a very big interface that a lot of things fit into. So status codes, you have content, you have JSON, all different types of return values can come through that I action result. Thindle says that endpoint that's defined there is the convention endpoint. It looks at the URL to find the code to run. You can add other endpoints to have more defined endpoints. So this is it. So you can specify lots of patterns, but that's the default one. I see. That all others will follow. So you could specify other ones to do other things. Okay. So the thing about this
part here, if I added a new page, wouldn't I need to make sure that it was defined here as well, or no?
No. Oh. If it fits that pattern, okay? If you wanted something that didn't go controller home, I can't think of an example. This is going to look.
I see. So that's what you mean by pattern. Is like, okay, I think I gotcha. So what about models though? This one are we even using this right now?
This is. So the models in it is their view models. So what we do is, if you look at, this is going to be the error. So if you go home controller for me, and then we should scroll down and we should see error. Okay, so you see we've got error, and it has an error view model. Okay, so everything, we've now got our controller and we've got our model, error view model. Okay, and now if you go into your views folder,
can I tell this to wrap or will it not wrap? Is that a thing?
You have to set that in your settings to get it to wrap.
Okay, so if I go into my views, you're saying this button?
Yeah. So in shared, we might have an error. Oh, I think error is actually going to be in www root because it needs to be.
Oh, really?
If you go up to www root, because it's if everything else has failed sometimes. Actually, go look at the error home controller and see what it said for error. Oh, it's in shared, Spindle says.
There it is.
So if you open shared, have I lost you? No, you're there. See?
I think this is it, right?
Oh.
No? Hello? Hi?
I've lost my oh, there we go. There we go. It's back. Okay. Hello.
I think it's here. Oh, I think this is it. So here we have our error HTML.
Yes, that's it. Like... So can you see? Yeah. And do you see at the top it says model, error view model. So now we have our model, we have our view, and we have our controller. And so, well, our controller has a view within it. And our home controller has lots of views. And then we can have lots of view models. And then we have a error view. Can you feed them? That's what she's nagging.
Oh, Pepper. Oh.
What'd you say? I'll try. I'm trying to try if I can make this full screen.
So yeah, Findle said that shared is collapsed, and that's when we found it, and that at model error view model gives the model variable a type. At model error view model. So
do you see at the top we have that we declare the model at the top of the CSHTML. That stands for CSharp HTML. Okay. So like when you do an F# project, you have FS HTML. So F# HTML. And if you scroll down, you might see something called model with a capital N. Yeah, look, line 12. So that model there that it's talking about is the error view model. It's the model that we declare at the top of the page. So then we can go through and we use this keyword which is at model. So this is razor now. So all of that you're looking in is razor, which is the same that you use in Blazor. You use razor. And now you've got your templating language.
So you're saying razor is like much older than Blazor?
Yes, much older.
Okay.
So we had razor pages. If you hover over that model, you'll see on line 12, you'll see that it comes up as error view model. Now you may be thinking, why do I care? But what we've got, if you think about what you'd have to do in a Blazor app, you'd have to make an HTTP request to get your model data, wouldn't you? If you started it, you'd have to have like go and get HTTP and go and get it and things like that. Whereas the way this works is when you get this page, you get the model with it. Okay, it gets served. Findle says Razor came out in 2011. And it was based on another templating language, like from PHP or something.
So when you say Razor
Blade,
when you say Razor pages, that is not synonymous with using Blazor, because I just assumed like if you're using Razor, then you are using Blazor. No,
Razor pages. No, so if you go back to your command prompt and do convoluted, so open your terminal, do .NET new again.
So we've got, here's the template list.
Yeah. So can you see? I'm looking for Razor pages. They might not have it there.
There's Razor class library. There's, let's see.
So kind of a Razor class library. That's a little bit different. That's like
oh, is it?
A collection of views. That's quite.
There's a Razor
that's
component?
A bit different. So that is kind of like
Razor page. It's right there.
Oh yeah, there you go. So that will create a Razor page, but you should be able to create a Razor page project. And so just like you have MVC and you have Web API, you have Razor pages. And that's another architecture pattern like Blazor. It just happens to use Razor.
Okay.
But what it was to help, I think, people who liked web forms to move over to using Blazor.
And web forms Razor. Is not supported in .NET 6?
No, it's old. It's still framework. I don't think it's ever been supported in .NET Core. There may be some people who've done it. But it's all web forms is all framework.
What's
and it's never going
MVC
to be supported.
View start thing?
Okay, so a view start, if you go and have a look just down from shared in your project, so you can build a project. So this is what's going to happen when you do minimal APIs. You're going to have to build your application. So what this is like when you start this application, what's my default layout? Okay. And so then you go and you'll have a look. So this will run the underscore layout, which you can see in the shared folder. So this is your layout. And this is like your start HTML app.html, is it in Blazor? So this has your head, it has all your metadata, but it also has helper tags in here as well. So this should look kind of familiar, like render body. And then if you've got, this is interesting, you've got these render sections. So what this will do is on each view, you can have just the JavaScript files just for that view. So you can have all this separation of concern. So you'll inject a view page in where that render body is, just like you do in Blazor, but it will also grab your sections from that page. Now, we probably don't have a section, but we could go and we could build a controller if you like, and it's probably the easiest way just to get started.
Can we do it here? Like, can I say new controller?
I wouldn't.
No, don't do that. Okay.
No.
Okay. So what would you do?
So you're going to right click, and add. If you go up to add, and you're going to add a controller. So now you're going to do, let's do one with read write actions. Let's try that, the middle one. Actually, no, just leave it on the top one. Okay, and then add it.
Bindle was saying that I still like web forms, but it's a dead platform.
I wouldn't go and look at it. All right, so you can call this, it has to have the word controller in it, okay? That is the convention. So it has, this is the thing. You'll need to get rid of the one at the end. So call this like Alyssa controller. And then go to one and delete that. So the convention here is
the one break it or something?
Yeah, you want to have controller.cs. That is like the bit at the end, because by convention, the application is going to go and look for the controller name, which is Alyssa. Okay, so everything about this is really convention based, which is why it's really nice to learn, because as long as you sort of follow these rules, you'll be able to do anything.
Okay.
And now if we add that. Okay, so straight away you can see we've got this. So what I think you should do in that index, do like var equals hello Layla or something like that.
Oh, this index. I see.
Yeah, do above that. Above the return has to be the last thing.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So just we're gonna have to add this. Let me just think for a sec. I haven't done that. What is that, Alyssa? What is that? That has nothing to do with CSharp at all.
What?
Get rid of that string. You've got it in.
Hang on, I can do this. I can do it.
I'm going to do something different, okay?
Okay.
I want you to get rid of all the string, get rid of the var, and you're going to type view bag with a capital V and a capital B. She's writing TypeScript, says Nathan. Okay, and then dot message. This might blow your brain, but we'll try it. Okay, so dot message with a capital M.
Oh, because variables have to be capitals, right? Right.
All right. Okay. So now we have to, I'm surprised it's not nagging us, but we're going to go down, and what we have to do is create a new folder. Do you see in views, we have home. Now we need to create a new folder called Alyssa. So by convention, it's going to be, when we create this project, it's going to look for a folder that has the same name as the controller, which is Alyssa. And now we're going to add a view. Just an empty view will be fine. Index is fine.
Oh, is it? I don't have to rename it to Alyssa?
No, because this now will match the name of your action. So if you can add that, and then I'll show you back in our Alyssa controller. If you see, we have the controller, which is Alyssa, and then each one of these things is called an action. So this is the index action, and the index action needs a view called index. Okay, so what I want you to do is add another action below the index action, and it can be more or less the same.
How do I comment out? I tried Control/ and that didn't work. I forgot how to comment. Do you remember how to comment?
Why do you want to comment it out?
I just wanted to make a note. Index must.
It is // The other way. Other way. // Oh, we've got a raid from Flamecrow.
Hi, raiders.
Oh no, not Flamecrow. Who's raiding? Who's raiding? That's it. I'm trying to see. Oh, it's CSharp Fritz.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome, raiders. We're talking MVC today. Layla's helping me navigate my first MVC app. So welcome. Hi. Thank you, Fritz, for the raid.
Hello, everybody.
So good to have you here.
It is great. So we are doing a little bit of a whirlwind round MVC because Alyssa is new to .NET. And you've never done this, have you? And this was what I learned on, and this is my favorite thing. I think Fritz is a big fan of MVC as well. He'll say Blazor, but he's a big fan of MVC. Okay, so let's see. Now, if you go into, oh, you see Fritz says MVC is a fun framework. Oh God, this laptop that I'm using the scroll is the wrong way for me.
That's like the main problem I have when I go between my Mac and my PC.
Yeah, it's not my laptop. So everyone who is on my channel, Alyssa at the last minute just said, do you want me to broadcast to your channel? I was like, yeah, sure. And I thought it would update everything. I am running on my mobile 5G, not my vaccination, but my mobile, from the middle of nowhere on a cottage in North Wales. Okay, so if I'm a bit laggy, I came prepared. I have a light. Look, I came prepared. But there's no internet here.
No, it is a great connection.
In the middle of nowhere.
So if you're having issues, you can try Code It Live, but I think it'll be the same. maybe. I don't know. But yeah, we're streaming to both.
It will be the same.
So.
It's me.
Okay, I was like, We also have, both of us have bots that are going rogue today, so ignore the bots, please. We love you all. A light that needs hydro? What about, does it need water? What?
No.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. Do they have running water there, Fritz? Yes, there's actually the River Dee, which is just down from us and is deafening. Like you can hear the River Dee, which is raging. Like we can see it out the kitchen window. It's just literally straight down. Like if I fall off out the garden, I'm in the river. And so it's very big and very like angry. The light is plugged into my laptop. We were just going to create a new view, Alyssa.
Yeah,
so
let's do it.
Go.
All right, so I'm going to add this back over here. So I made this note that the action must match the view name, so index in this case. And then we made an Alyssa folder, which it's using the Alyssa controller convention to match to the Alyssa folder, and then it wants index to match that action. So if I made another action, I would just make a new HTML file in that folder and it would match them. So can you explain what an action is? Like, is an action like when I need a new button, I have to make an action, or is an action like when I, why is action?
So an action is going to be an HTTP request of some sort. Okay.
Okay.
So that may be, in the case of index, it's saying, hey, can you give me the data for a view? So when it comes in there, because of the return type being view, it knows that it's going to be dishing up, it's going to serve a view. Now, you could go and create like a JSON result. So if we go and make a new action, action result, let's go and have a look.
Just type it out, or do I have to like generate it?
You just type it. So just the same as above, public iAction result.
And then I know some people were talking about how it was confusing that you said you don't have internet, but you have 5G. And Spider was saying that that's like, it seems contradictory. So what I'm thinking is that like that's
I don't have broadband
internet though, right? Okay, yeah.
I don't have like broadband. I'm running it off my mobile phone, which is through there on a window ledge, trying to get some signal down the valley. I'm in a cottage. These are really, it's like a 300-400-year-old cottage, and
that's
these
so
walls
cool.
are really thick. So you know, we've got a fire going in the other room. There's an ancient fireplace behind me. I've got wood beams on the ceiling if I rotate, and then there's the old hearth on that side. So I'm in the old dining room at the moment. So, okay, so, no, we're not going to have you can get rid of that one. Okay, you can leave that one for now.
It's we're gonna so go upset. And do this one. Why?
Right, you have to, you can leave it. We're going to do another one. Return view, okay? You have to have a return view. That's why it's angry.
Oh my gosh, duh. Okay. Oh my goodness, how dumb. Okay, so you want me to make another one, and you don't want me to make a view for this one?
I just want you to go and create a new one of these.
Copy, paste, and then this one we'll call
get that data or something, anything. Okay, so now rather than view, I want you to type JSON result. Okay, so let's see what it wants. We may have to change that from an iAction result. Just hover on it and see what its error is.
Non-invocable member.
Oh, okay. It's return new JSON result.
And now it says,
you need to give it some text.
Does not contain a constructor. So you want me to be like,
so inside, just give it like, you could, let's give it a content result instead of a JSON result.
Oh, change it. Okay.
Yeah. Content results should be what we want.
What is content?
So this is text. So you could just put some stuff in some quotes. Within the method, I tried using Entity Framework and it froze my brain. Is that not what it's going to do? Thindle's given you some data, Jason. So undo what we just did.
Okay, I do.
I'm doing this from memory, Alyssa, and you know I'm a visual.
No, I just was frustrated that Jason's not all caps. I'm still trying to fixate on that. Why? We lowercase the acronym. Okay, I can't handle it. Now we're using blah, 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 naming blah, blah, blah. New.
New. And now you're going to give it
these bits.
Yeah. So you're going to create a dynamic anonymous object. Okay.
There.
That's it.
Now it is not yelling at us.
Okay, because now we're programming APIs, as someone just said, Thindle said, and now we're coding APIs. Okay. So what I want you to do is just before we run it, let's go and check out index and get that info because they don't look very nice at the moment.
This one? Which one? What?
We need to go and fix those. So open up index.
This?
And what I want you to do is get rid of all of that.
Alrighty.
Because this was a razor view. It should have just been like a view. And then I want you to do, just do like an H1. And now inside here, I want you to type at, no, you can do that, okay. And then at, no, at view bag. Dot message with a capital M.
I thought it would auto-complete me, but it didn't.
No, because it doesn't know. View bags are odd. Okay, so I'm going to give you some weird stuff now, okay? All right, let's run this and see what happens. I don't like view bags, but I'm just trying to get stuff done for, just show Alyssa some basics here. Okay, so here we are in the root. Oh, see, it's got, does this live reload? So it's got it now. And if you go home.
It's not changing the URL. Isn't that bizarre?
No, I think because that's your default, it doesn't do home. But now you'll have to do, I haven't done this for ages, Alyssa. So it's going to be slash home slash, oh, we haven't got that. We're on Alyssa. So slash home, sorry, no Alyssa, just slash Alyssa. No home. Oh my God.
Hey, it worked. What? That's awesome.
Okay. Now I want you to go to localhost.
And it's getting the it's getting this.
Yeah.
This.
Because that's a magic convention of it. You can shove anything dynamically into that. So MVC is a design pattern for applications, and entity framework is an object, relational object matter. Oh my God, I can't think. Relational, oh my God. Oh, object relational mapping, ORM. My God.
They crashed it. I wonder if they knew they would crash it. That's funny. It was this one. They saw Thindle said try Alyssa / index too, and then it crashed.
Why? What? Hang on. What do you mean? I missed what's happened.
Well, Thindle told me to try the route of /Alyssa / index, and then it crashed. And now it's giving me this statement will be executed. Why are you yelling at me? With may have unintended consequences. Why?
So just let it run.
So just press this. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's
not crashed as a breakpoint. How did breakpoint get there? Did I accidentally make it?
You must have added it.
My bad.
Okay.
I love you all. Okay, so
now
this is working.
You're going to, okay. But did you notice you can do it without index?
Yes.
Okay, so index is special, okay, because you don't actually have to specify the root of index, okay? It's a special one because it's like the default.
Well, so you're saying that this would still obviously need to be.
Now, stuff and fluff is going to just give you your result.
What?
Okay?
Why? Show me.
Just
right here.
Yeah, because we
printed
told it.
It printed it though. That's the I would have expected it to like console log it or something.
No, it's different. It's not what it. Look at what you gave it.
Hang on, we're inspecting
it. Dynamic.
Is it just a paragraph?
No, it's just put it on there. Just there. It's just returned your data, but as JSON. That's just raw JSON.
Okay, so what about my other one?
So that one we haven't set up because it's a razor page, and we probably don't want a razor page.
Will it? Wait, why is it a razor page?
Because that's what you added. So you can see it's just empty. It's just loaded the layout with nothing in it.
Right.
So you could go and change that.
Change what? The HTML?
Yeah, you could add data to it. So what those are coding blocks.
Do I have to restart the server every time I do something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This button, that button.
So as Thindle says, when you return view in a controller action, it's actually going to go and look for the matching view in the view folder. And that's why you have to have a view folder that matches the name of the controller.
Okay. And so,
but
wait, what are models for again?
So that's to pass data around. So we could go and stop this and we can add a new model.
Model. And then just
1 second,
like this.
Alyssa.
Oh, don't do that. Okay.
No. You add a new folder. Just 1 second for me.
New folder, new. Add folder. I wonder if it should just be the same convention. And then a new model. Where is that? This is controller. Why doesn't it have model as an option? I'm just going to copy it, I guess.
Okay, right. I'm back. Sorry. So what Silicon Orchid was just saying, that view bag and view state are worth mentioning, that they're server memory. And so they're not, every time you go and request that page, that's the server holding it and passing it over. Everything here is dished up from the server, okay? All right, so what are you trying to do now? You're doing your error. Wait.
I was trying to generate a new model and it doesn't have models.
Okay, so it's a class.
Oh, I see. Sorry, Recky. I didn't see that you said that. Class, and then I'm going to say...
That's okay. You're going to call it...
is this for get
action?
that info? Or just for something else?
Yeah, so get that info view model. So there is a bit of a convention here as well. Every model that you have for a view should be suffixed with view model, so you know it's a view model. It doesn't have to be, but you would usually have a matching DTO, so data transfer object, called get that info. That would map to get that info view model.
So, and yes, something legendary saying, I noticed she likes the light mode. I have very bad eyes, so the contrast is harsher, as you might have noticed with light mode. So it's easier for me to work this way.
It's certainly easier for me to see when it's on a small screen.
Yeah. So we have made a model, and you're saying that because of the conventions, it's going to map that. I don't need to create the thing that maps that, or I do need to create the thing that maps that?
So this is there's no convention on this one. This is just good practice to call it view model because it's to do with the view. Okay, and it's not mapped by convention, so we have to do all of that manually. So hang on 1 second.
You could call it view model.
Sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do is add, I don't know, a property. Once we do this, Alyssa, it should become clear. I can see that people are saying you're going to pass it in the view and everything. We're going to sort it now. I think I'm the better person by showing you than trying to explain it verbally because I'm a visual person, if that's okay. So what I want you to do is just add a property like you would normally do that you're used to doing when you do a class. Okay, so you can do prop tab.
And then,
all right, so what do you want to pass it? A string? An int?
Sure. Yeah, I don't care.
Just leave it like that then.
And then do we need to give it a value?
No, just leave it like that. We're going to deal with all of that in a minute. Okay. So you would fill this with everything your view needs. Okay. So if your view needed, say this was, you were going to populate it with, I don't know, your drop down list. You want to do, so the things that you would populate your drop down list with, all the options, everything that you need to go in the view would go in here, all as strings. Okay. So this makes things really easy to build out views. Okay. Like forms, very generic websites. Now, if we go to, oh, Jens West, thank you very much for the bits. That's lovely, thank you. So now we've got this. Let's go back to the Alyssa controller. And in that, get that info. We're going to do var model equals new get that info view model. And it needs to be a lowercase m for model. And you could call this view model, actually. So this is another convention thing that you would call them view model in here.
You're saying name,
VM,
name.
quite often you might say
like that?
The variable. So I'm waiting for it to come through. There we go. Yeah, you could do that, or quite often I would call it a VM, just for VM for view model. So
like
this
lowercase
is
both of them?
Yep, that's it. So that's quite convention based, okay? And then you need parentheses at the end of your view model to instantiate it, because it's the default constructor we're calling.
Whoa. Right. Okay, so
I don't know what you did then.
It doesn't. I pressed Control D. I guess that duplicates the line. Get that.
Yeah,
info
yeah. You just need new at the beginning of the
context. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
So we're newing up the model. Okay. Give it a second. Oh, you just need to Control D and include it at the top. It doesn't know where it is. The using statement. There you go.
Do I use this one, or do I use models, Alyssa?
The top one. Okay. No, the top one. Okay.
Let's see what it
does.
So
that's telling it this model is in repos R project, in the models folder, in the Alyssa folder. It's the path to where that model lives. Okay. So you can see if you actually go and click.
Did I lose you? I think I might have lost her.
Oh, I accidentally muted.
Oh, okay. You're back now. You said if you go click, and then I lost you.
10 past 7. Yeah, I accidentally clicked the mute button somehow. I don't know how I did that. But okay, so if you go to get that info view model and look at the namespace, do you see it's repos.models.alyssa, and that's what we needed to bring into our Alyssa controller. So it knows, hey, I'm looking for get that info view model, and it lives in this namespace. Okay.
Okay.
So that's what we did.
Let's see, does it, now that we've added, So we've added this var get var VM new get that info view model. So this is the thing that's like mapping those two together?
It's no mapping. You've just created an instance of that model. So now if you do a new line, and you do this all the time in Blazor as well, and we're going to go vm.myProperty equals, and what was it? Was it a number we did? An int?
Int, yeah.
So just like 23. That'll do. Now what we have to do, oh, thank you, is in our view, we're going to return this model. So in the parenthesis of view, just put VM. Okay, so now we've done this side, we have to tie this up inside our view. So if you go to get that info.cshtml, and at the very top, the first thing you want to have now is our, do you remember we showed you in index, there was at model with a lowercase m? Okay, equals, and just space, and now you want your whatever, get that info view model. And this is very similar to Blazor as well. Blazor, because you do that at the top. Excuse me. I do think it must be the very first line, Findle. So there's just a control dot on that. I may need the name spacings at the top, that's all. And it's going to be, yeah, control dot, and it'll bring up.
Not working.
Okay.
I don't know.
You may have to fully clarify it, Alyssa.
Like, can I just say this, like that?
Yeah, that's it. Fully declare it. It was .models.alyssa.
Models, Alyssa.
That's it.
Hey.
Okay, so we had to fully declare it. Okay.
And
so
here
now,
I can go
at capital M model now. And then dot, and you should get IntelliSense. You see, my property, and that's it. So now you've brought your model, and when someone asks for this page, it's going to serve the page with all the data in it. Okay.
Okay, so if I had like an API to get data, and I wanted to ping that API, I would do that. Okay, here is more just like, oh yeah, I'm going to have data coming in, so I'm going to tell you about it. So I'd be like pony data, and then I would actually get the pony data.
No, what I'm going to show you, you could say the pony data, but I'm going to show you. You said you wanted to get some data from this, yeah? Yes, yeah, Findle says 100%. So you would keep adding all of the different things in here, but you're in the error model, so that won't show up in the model we're looking at.
Oh, sorry. Wait, where am I? I want to be in the right model, this one.
So if you add that there,
here.
And then you could go and do pony data in the Alyssa controller.
So this would go inside of get that info, right?
Yeah, and just on the new line, you do VM dot pony data.
And then equals
get a string.
So but this is where it would be like HTTP blah blah.
No,
right?
No, not here. This is a string. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do an HTTP request in a minute. You don't do any HTTP requests in here because this is all rendered server-sized. Okay. Everything, when you get this in your browser, the server has already gone through your page and constructed all the data for you.
I mean, then what's the point of the controller?
The controller is giving the information to the view. It's controlling everything. Because
I couldn't the server side do that? If the server side's the one getting it, couldn't it just be like, here you go, view? Like
it is. That's exactly what it's doing. Everything is server side here.
You're saying what I'm doing right now is server side?
This is server side.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. Okay,
everything
so we have
is server side.
Findle said view decides how to display it. If you want to call a third-party API from the server, it'd be in the action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you wanted to display a joke from like dad jokes, we could do that. We could make an HTTP request.
Is that an API thing?
Yeah. I can has dad jokes or something. That's it, the top one. So we could create an API request within the action that goes and gets a joke.
Okay, so hang on, let me ponder what you just said.
So you'd have to go and add a dad joke to
the model.
Your property, the model, okay. And then we're going to have to do a couple of things first before you can just do what you did, okay? So what I want you to do is just do, we're going to have to go, I have to think these things through. So we're going to have to do public async iAction result. Sorry, on line 21. I am going to do new HTTP client. That's fine. I'm going to new it up in here. We're not going to go into dependency injection today. Okay, so that's all right. Ignore that. We're going to sort that in a minute, Alyssa. So come down on line 27. We're going to go var client equals lowercase c, it's a variable, equals new. And then we're going to do HTTP client. It should be lowercase ttp. We'll probably have to bring it in. And then open close parentheses and a semicolon. All right, so control dot will bring it in. There you go, that top one. All right, so now on the next line, we're going to call var result is equal to await space client dot, and it's a get, so it's going to get async. All right, and now you're going to give that URL as a string as the argument there. We probably, okay. All right, so now I want you just to comment out line, I want you to put a breakpoint on line 29.
I forgot how. I'm trying to click.
Left,
click,
left.
Click, click.
Left of the 29.
Click, 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 click.
The gray bar.
Aha!
So this is not going to be our dad joke. This is going to be a response object. So we're going to have a look at it and then we can drill into it. We may need to do read stream async. I always find this is a difficult thing, okay? Thindle says get string async, but we're going to have a look. What is its problem? Go and have a look at.
I think it's this. The return of async method.
Oh, of course. Yeah, so that was me. So you're going to wrap iAction result in a task. So before iAction result, you're going to type capital T for task and then angle brackets around iAction result. You've got a wayward 0 in there.
It's for fun.
Okay, so now this will work.
Okay, let me go press this one. I thought we'd have to change the return line to make it work.
No. Alrighty. So
I think it was Alyssa get info.
Yeah.
There we are. And then it's going to hit that breakpoint. Okay. So now how do I read what the breakpoint is breaking?
You're going to just press F10.
F10.
Okay, now hover over result.
This? Wait, where?
The one on line 29. That's it.
That's for 200.
So if you click the little arrow on the far left. Hey, Swifty Spiffy, how are you? Nice to see you. Swifty Spiffy helped me loads last week. Big heart. Thank you. Okay, so if you come down, Alyssa,
it says method get HTTPS version 1.1 headers.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have to read the request message. Okay, so we've got a good response. So this is really good. So I want you to press stop on here, and we're going to do, I always have to Google this one. Okay. It's,
what am I Googling?
Read stream async. Stream, I think it is. It's not this. I think it's. Oh, I always forget. I have to go and look in my thingy my bobbies. Oh, people, tell me what it is. I can't remember.
Read async. Is that it? No.
It could be. It could be. Let me go and have a look.
Let's see what chat's
Findle
saying.
says just call get string async rather than get async. Try that.
Okay, so get, let's see. Wow. String async.
Let's try that because it might deconstruct it for us. Okay.
And then we're going to go, oh, I got rid of my, sorry, we need to stop this. I got rid of my breakpoint, so we need to add it back. Wee, and then we'll do that, and we'll see what the string is. Slash Alyssa get that info, and it hits the breakpoint, and we do F10.
F10.
And hover over.
And what have we got? So it hasn't got it. It's got a doc page. Okay, so what we need is to go back to get async, and then I'm just going to go get you the next line because I always forget this. Okay, I'm going to find it. I just have to think where I might have it. Sorry. Read an HTTP response back. I can never remember the read stream async. What is it? It needs to be, I'm trying to think, Alyssa. I know what it is. I know roughly what it is. Read stream async. I think it's going to be read.
Chat's saying real quick. You need to change to accept header to JSON.
We don't need to do that though. We should just be able to get in there. I think read body.
Napalm, the problem is that we were just trying to get the string out of this HTTP request. So let me show it to you. Boom. I'm actually going to rerun this real quick just to show you what the result was.
Oh, I've got it. I've got it.
You got it?
This is the one I want, Alyssa. Yeah, I'm going to
what is that?
It to you. I remembered. I found it anyway. Okay, I'll pop it in private chat for you. Okay, there you go. So this is going to get our contents. This is one I always forget.
Var contents equals awaits response content. So I need to make this act like
that. Yeah, and we've got result rather than response. So
await response content.
So ours is result, not response.
Oh, great. Result dot content read a string.
I think, is it content dot read?
Async.
So it's content dot read. And we may need to bring, there we go. So now if you put your breakpoint on line 31, and then you won't have to step over.
Gotcha.
That's it.
And then we're going to go to the right route. Where do we really want to
It's
go?
not me singing today, folks. You have Alyssa, not me.
Okay, so we
what's our
stepped to that.
content?
So now if I hold over contents is the one we want to see. You're still getting that header stuff or the HTML stuff.
What did it say that we needed to? We may need to put a request content type on our request. If you go back and have a look at the dad joke API, it may tell us that we need.
So I'm thinking add to stream. You wanted to go here and see if we had to do anything to.
Yeah, so you see those accept headers. We can get it. At the moment, it's defaulting to text HTML. You can see that default response. So we either want it as text plain or application JSON.
Oh yeah, somebody in chat suggested that. God bless.
Yeah, I would probably do JSON personally.
Oh yeah,
because I prefer that. Yeah. So let's try that.
Where do we specify?
I'm going to show you. So if you go back to our application, stop it running, and then on line 29, you're going to do, after you put the URL in, you're going to do a comma, and you're going to, it should, no, outside the quotes. So that's it, comma. You have to do it as a string. And it's going to make it all weird with spaces now. And I think we may have to prefix it with accept.
You're saying like actually say this?
No, I'm just thinking it might have to be out. No, it's not there. Outside of the thing, we may need a capital. Try capital A for accept. Accepted equals. That's it. Is that going to work? No, it didn't. I thought that might.
They said colon.
Colon, yeah. That should fix it. Is it not going to?
Why?
It's not. No, it's not happy.
It does not best overload for get async does not have a parameter named accepted.
Oh, lowercase a. Try lowercase a. I thought that's what came up on IntelliSense then.
Let's see. Okay, so we've got the best overload. Do we care about that error that it's yelling at us about?
Yeah, it won't run with that. So delete that.
Ignore Nightbot, everyone. Thank you. Nightbot is got old news. Lowercase a said Thindle. Okay, so let's see. So
just delete accepted, delete the comma, and put the comma back in, and it will come up with IntelliSense again. So just go delete backspace, comma, and then you should get IntelliSense. Okay, so do you see the arrows on the far left of that little helper box? You can step through those, and it will tell you all of the different things, constructors that get async will take, or overloads, I should say. Okay, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one.
That's the end. Should I go back before?
Yeah, go up. 8. I may have to Google this.
Okay, so one is get async string.
Hi, Whitney.
Request. Hi. Hello.
That's the basic.
And then we've got request URI, and then we've got HTTP completion option.
Actually, okay, so I know where we can do it.
Client.default request headers.
Yes, that should be it.
Like, is that what he wants me to like say
That was
here?
literally what I was gonna. No, it won't be there. You have to add a new line. That was literally what I was gonna do, Thindle. Add it to the client. So what you do is make a new line after the client, Alyssa.
Above that client. One. Gotcha. And then
so we have to set up the client before we use it now. So we're going to
do is it
client.
Like parameters or something?
No, none of that. Just client without the var. You've already declared your client.
Right. Client
dot add default request headers. You could do that default, and then it'll be dot add. Capital A. And
this?
then you can, and now you're going to do the key value pairs.
So do I take this out of here?
Yeah. And you're going to do accept in quotes.
Is it accept or accepted, do you think?
It's accept, I think. And then now put the other one.
And then how do I attach, like this is already attached to client?
Yeah, but that's still not right.
So did I mess up the...
No, it's me. I just need to have
Do we need to do it like this?
Client. I can't see it at the moment.
Represents text as sequence expected. Okay, so it doesn't want that. I'm going to check chat real quick just to make sure I'm not going crazy. It should be, colon should be a comma is what Thundel said. So let me see if I can get it working with a comma. And why are you so grumpy? Okay.
It is a comma. It's a capital A for accept. And then if you wanted multiple, you'd make them a collection, I think. That's what you would do. But let me come back. Let's have a look. Where are you?
No, get info. Get info. And then now if I hover over contents. Okay. Contents is...
So now, if you did contents and you deserialize this to JSON, so it's going to be our next thing, okay? So you can see it's in there. So stop again. This is the way we've had to do it for a long time, Alyssa, okay?
Contents
so, wait. You need a new variable, which is... so you're going to do...
the joke.
Yeah. Well, this is still not going to be the joke.
What is it going to be? Deserialized garbage.
Hello, Copperbeardy. Is equal to it's going to be oh god, I tweet about this because I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. I always have to Google it. It's JSON. No, it's not going to be contents. It's going to be JSON. I'm going to have to Google it. I always have to Google it. This is my kryptonite.
JSON options. Here, let me see what chat's saying. Chat is saying deserialize. Right. So JSON.
I like that 50-50. Every project needs deserialized garbage. You are spot on. Okay, so you're going to need to, it's JSON dot deserialized. Deserializer, I don't know. I have to.
Hang on, I'm going to make this smaller so I can see chat at the same time. JSON dot deserialize, not something. JSON dot. Why? I feel like it should be telling me.
It's fine. I'm getting it. It's JSON serializer dot deserialize because that's easy.
JSON
JSON serializer, all one word. That's it.
Serializer dot
deserialize. Now you're gonna have
period
to add system dot text dot JSON.
Now you should auto suggest this for me.
That's it. And then open close parentheses. And now you're going to put your content in there.
Still flipping grumpy.
It's because you need to give it your contents.
Oh, okay.
You have to tell it.
So now at this...
S on the end. S on the end.
Whoops. And then also we need to go and say like...
it needs to deserialize it. No, wait. Okay. It needs... okay. So I want you to... you're going to have... okay, it's fine. Now we're going to need a model. Okay. So now I want you to go over to models. Don't worry. It's all good.
I was reading chat. I was reading chat.
We could do to a dynamic. Do you want like Ed to come down here and kill me? So just underneath this, you're going to make a new model. So do you want to try
like a new class?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So at the end, you're going to do public class.
Is this for a joke?
Dad joke Jason. Okay, and then open close curly braces, and in here you're going to have a prop, and you're going to call this joke. It's going to be string, and then joke with a capital J. And I'm going to give you a decorator. And a decorator is something that sits above something, which gives it some metadata. So if you make a new line above joke, and I want you to open square brackets for me. And now in here, I can't remember what this is either. It's just going to be, I have to look this up now because I'm that good. Add at the top using system.text.json like you did in the other one.
Did you say system.json?
System.text.json. Okay, and then in that square bracket, I will get there when I find it, because I'm this crap. JSON property name.
.text.json property name?
No, oh no, wait. That needs to go at the very top. All of that needs to go as a using, just the innards. Do you see like those?
You want me to say using?
Yeah.
System text JSON. I understand. Okay. And then you said down here, this decorator needs to be what? JSON.
JSON property name. So capital T.
Like that?
Yeah, and then open close parentheses.
We're calling it.
And now in here, you're going to put in a string joke with a lowercase j. I don't know why that. Have I got the wrong one?
JSON property name, space, if I do command period and I go up to our usings, it wants us to do this. Are you happy with that?
Wait, hang on. Happy with what? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so now if you go back to your Alyssa controller. Okay, so you see where we've got deserialize. We're going to tell it the type of model we want it to bind to. So now after deserialize, before the parentheses, we're going to have a angle brackets. That's it. And you're going to put whatever we just called that dad joke Jason. That's it. Perfect. And now it's going to be the joke. Yeah, there you go. But you could actually, rather than a new var called the joke, you could do VM dot dad joke. Okay, and now, now go to get that info.cshtml. And oh no, not run. No, you're too swifty. I want you to now see if you can display pony data. So new P. Okay, you're going to put that there. Cool, go for it. Now you can run.
I assume I need to stop it because I just changed that. Okay. And then I'm going to go to that route, which is this route. I dreamt about drowning in an ocean made of orange soda last night. It took me a while to work out that I was in a fantasy. Oh my God, that's funny. So wait, okay, let's review. You had me make a model that was for, this part is a bit fluffy because I mean, this part I'm like, okay, yeah, we had dad joke, we attach it to it. But then this part was for so that we knew how to type it once, or like we were here and we were trying to deserialize.
So there's a couple of different things here. The first one is the view model, and that's everything related to stuff that you want to show in the view. Okay, only things that you want to do in the view. All right. So when you bring that JSON in, you'll every time you refresh, you'll get a new joke. Because it will go and refresh, it will run that whole action again and again.
That makes
so
sense.
When we make an API request, because C# is strongly typed, when it comes back, it's like, I can data bind for you. You just have to tell me what it looks like. Okay. So that's why we went through all those steps and had a look at the raw data that it was coming back with. Okay. I always like it to come back as JSON because I find JSON easiest to read. And we went and had a look at that JSON, and we're like, well, the only thing that we want out of that is joke. So the model binding is clever enough to go through and see, well, I'm going to match what I can. Oh, look, joke matches joke, and it will bind just that and discard everything else. So what are you, oh, you'll have to add a new ID to both the dad joke. Right, so there's a couple of things you've done here.
How do I nestle
dad joke
something?
Is not an object.
Oh.
Okay, you want to nestle it. Okay, so you have to make a new class called dad joke.
New, like just like I did with dad joke JSON.
Yeah, and it's going to be dad joke view model.
Like that.
Yeah. So now you could leave joke in. You could have joke. So prop, not that one.
Don't do what
you
I just
could
did.
have it that one. Yeah, you can leave that actually. No, that's okay. Good. And now, no, don't do that. Don't do that. We could. Yes, Linda, we could do that, but let's one step at a time. Get rid of the property name on that one. Leave as is. So
you want me to stop decorating?
Get rid of that. Yeah. And now you wanted ID, so public int, because it looked like it was an integer, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how we nest it, because shouldn't I say like
no, I'm going to help you with that in a moment. No,
okay.
No, we'll get there in a sec. This is models, okay? It was a string, was it? Okay. So you need a new property. That's it. Also, stop it running, Alyssa, or else it's going to nag you, and then I can't do it. ID with a capital I.
Do I capitalize the D too?
No.
Okay, and then I have the get set normal.
Yeah.
And then we now can attach it to
now it? No, we have to go to line 15 and update
this
type
to an object.
To dad joke. Yeah. No, a dad joke view model. The view model you just made, you're going to make it that. Okay.
But we didn't make it an object.
Nest it.
Oh, well, it doesn't have to be an object.
They all inherit from object. They are all objects.
Okay, so it is now of type dad joke view model class, which has a property of ID. So we should be able to print it now, right? You said there was something else we had to do?
We have to go in dad joke JSON and update that bind. So we have to be able to bind the ID out of it. So in the dad joke JSON, we're going to add a new property called ID. And we'll need a new decorator.
We will?
Yeah.
Why?
So the decorator needs... So put the decorator above the model, okay?
Oh.
The property. So what this is, JSON's all lowercase, but we don't like properties to be named with lower cases in C#, okay? So what this does is, now you have to go and change 25 to ID.
JSON property ID.
Yeah. No, wait, undo it. Where joke is, that needs to be ID. So when I'm going to get you to put a breakpoint on so I can show you this. Now, do you notice how the ID with a lowercase I, joke with a lowercase j?
Oh my God, this is just because of the caps thing. So it's basically, oh, I thought the decorator, okay, I didn't understand what it was doing. So the decorator, JSON property name is saying, when I say capital joke and you're talking to the JSON, it's lowercase joke, like that's.
So this would, because it's case sensitive, you need to say, you could just call line 30 with a lowercase j, but then that screws up your naming conventions, okay? So because we're very particular about our naming things, we say, this JSON, when you find, but that doesn't have to be joke, okay? So, for example, if you go and change row 30 to dad joke, this is your mapping. So you could change that to my joke or next joke. You see on line 30, you don't even need to call that joke. But what it's going to say is map the value joke from the JSON to whatever this value is. So go and change 30 to cringe joke or something, cringy joke, funny joke, anything you want. Okay, so now we are not bound to matching whatever anybody calls their JSON. So if someone has really crappy naming conventions from this third-party API, and we're like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Right. You can map whatever the JSON result is to whatever you want to call it.
So that's what I'm using here.
Yes. So now that needs to be cringy joke. Okay.
And then my dad joke, this should be...
So this now needs to be capital I for ID. And the line above, yeah, that needs to be capital I. And then line 35 also needs to be dad joke dot joke.
Joke or cringy joke?
That one's joke.
So now it's nestled, and now I should be able to print it, maybe?
Yeah, so in here, you'll do dad joke dot.
Model or no?
Oh, yes, Thindle, that's a very valid point. Thank you for doing that. Dot ID and dad joke dot joke on the next line down. So now what we need to do is go back to get that info view model, Alyssa, because we've forgotten a step that Thindle has just reminded us of.
What?
So if you scroll up to where we made that model on line 15, we haven't instantiated that. So what I want you to do at the end, after the get setter, is go equals new, and then dad joke view model. And then open close parentheses. Yeah, and then probably a semicolon.
Okay, so dad joke.
Okay, that's it.
Dad joke, that. And then do you think it'll put the ID in there now?
Yeah.
Oh, is it the ID?
Mm-hmm.
Yay! Okay. This is like such a different way of like...
It's very different, but once you get in the mindset of it, everything is so structured that it's so really enjoyable, and you can build things so quickly once you understand it.
Okay. So I think, though, this is making a lot more sense. But if we're not dealing with data, we're just building out the UI. Because the only point of me touching the controller of the models is whenever I'm doing data stuff, and then like the rest of the time I'm just living over here, right? Like
you always need a controller to serve up your view. You always need it.
Okay.
So you always have to, that's how it works. So the controller is like, oh, what do you want? You want a view? Here's a view. Oh, you want an API? Here's some JSON, you know? So you always have to have this, the controller is going to tell whatever, look at the request and be like, here you go.
Okay.
So there's a lot of helpers in here, which I'm going to save for next time. Okay. So we should have another stream in like.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I want to work on like the UI part and make sure that I really understand like when we need to pull in things versus just.
So there are some really cool things, like you get these things called tag helpers, and there's loads of built-in models that help you build up views. Like there's something called a select list item, which will all of your select list, your drop down stuff, and it will build it all for you. It creates it. You don't have to do any of the templating. It just magically does it. You can pass in all of your classes. It's really fun. So I think we should do that in the next one.
Absolutely. And I think we're taking off, at least I'm taking off like a week-ish, week and a half of streaming for just the holidays. So what about you? Yeah. Tell chat, when are you coming back?
I am back with .NET in the Wild on a Tuesday on the 4th of January. So 2 weeks today, I'll be back.
I love it. I love it. Oh, thank you, chat, for making this so fun. On a Tuesday, I'm very envious. The holidays, Thindle, the holidays. Also, it's like 8 p.m. her time. So
it is, exactly. So that was really good fun. I loved sharing my favorite sort of framework with you, Alyssa.
I'm so excited to build more on it. And like, I really liked the intro bit too for today's episode, because it just kind of helped break down, because I was like after getting a couple of history of .NET walkthroughs, I was like, oh yeah, I totally understand. And then I keep digging and like uncovering layers that I was like, nope, didn't get it all fully. So this was great. I really enjoyed it.
It's very different, but I still, when I want to build something quickly, I will use MVC because it's so powerful. And once I start showing you some stuff, and you can start using some like Telerik tools with it as well, like it's really cool.
I'm excited. Well, thank you, Layla. Go enjoy your cottage and happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.